The pregnant woman is going to have an unbearable abdominal pain today. Wanna open the door for help? After all, it's just a futile effort. Life is now like an oil lamp next to it, slowly extinguished in the wailing sound. Not long after, she gave birth to a baby boy. Strangely enough, neighbors are closing the windows one after another, as if avoiding something terrifying. From this day on, the woman kept carrying the child to the shore, looking into the distance. He is waiting for his husband's return. Xiaohei is a soldier. He cherishes his life very much. The reason why the little monster's sprain appeared as severe as amputation was because there was a pregnant wife at home, Ziona, waiting for him to return safely. Xiaohei just wants to go home. Wife and children hot canto. But it's precisely this belief let her survive on a hellish battlefield until now. Although she was shot in the chest, it didn't make him give up his longing for his wife. Fortunately, with the help of 4 comrades in arms in the southeast, northwest, and northwest, he safely returned home. But the once warm courtyard now is a bit grey. Xiaohei shouted for his wife, Ziona, but no one responded. At this moment, the crib in the room shook by itself. Little Black, get together and take a look. Obviously, there's nothing. Just then, Ziona suddenly showed her uneasy heart. Suddenly it fell down. The couple got tired of it for a while. Ziona, take out her son. Xiaohei looks at his wife and children. I'm so happy I can't find it. Something strange happened to Beite that night. When Ziona coaxed her son to sleep, the lullaby he sang, the whole village was trembling with fear. The next morning, when Abe wakes up, seeing a boatman transporting the bodies of more than a dozen soldiers back to their hometown, intuition tells Abe that this place is not very auspicious. Afterwards, Xiaohei and them went shopping on the street. I didn't expect all the vendors on the street to be unwilling to sell their products to small black taverns. Aunt followed and said amazing things. Have you recorded an alarm? The police didn't. He hasn't finished speaking yet. Aunt's son rushed out and stopped his mouth. Say, Auntie got drunk. Nonsense. Xiaohei didn't take this to heart. But the southeast, northwest, and northwest are very afraid. When they come, Xiao's home feels gloomy. With the addition of what Aunt said, I'm even more afraid of being invited to dinner by a female ghost. What should I do? A few people looked at the delicious food on the table. It's true that it's a bit difficult to swallow, but seeing the cold gaze of a woman, I seem to understand. I won't eat today's Hongmen banquet. I'm afraid my life may be in danger. In your golden autumn, kind-hearted beauty, in order to survive, I had to pretend to be calm. Put the withered tree leaves into your mouth. My father-in-law, my mother, and everyone immediately understood the current situation. Also pick up the leaves and stuff them into your mouth. Serve a large plate of food in front of the brothers. Xiao Pang thought to herself, I have the heart to kill my brother. No way. I had to grip my head and take a bite. This thing has to start a few days ago. The group arrived at their comrade Xiao's house to stay. 4 people gathered together for a few drinks at night. Let us find Xiaohei to drink a big drink together, and then he encountered a triple horror. Tell everyone else it's because they got drunk and confused. They don't know the tavern mom during the day. At this moment, her body was floating on the lake surface. The next day, Abe went to the small black house to excuse himself, and he found out that this place was really desolate. Coincidentally, Ziona is working in the room. Remembering the words of the tavern lady, Abe decided to take a look under his crotch. But this heartless person, he even looked down at Ziona's crotch. Of course I didn't see anything. After returning, tell the people about the situation just now. The previous suspicion of Ziona no longer exists. Axie still doesn't believe that after Abe goes to the wild to use the restroom, unexpectedly discovered a corpse wearing a ring. Even more astonishing things, Ziona is wearing that ring on her hand. Abe has confirmed that Ziona is a ghost. But he happened to bump into a wasp nest on his way back. Being stared at with a big face, not speaking quickly, can only be written down. Tell the brothers, take out the note and show it to Xiaohei. He received a huge impact. Go directly to find Ziona and face it. Abe wrote that Ziona is a ghost, just in time to catch up with the world. Wet oneself with raindrops, becoming Ziona with pus. Oolong just happened like this. Little couple still love each other. Southeast, northwest, watching from the side. Cold sweat DC. Their good brother held it in his arms. But a female ghost. After this, Jude, 4 people have decided to rescue Xiaohei. The clause cannot violate ethics. Let him be with the female ghost. But Ziore doesn't believe their lies. He spoke and talked. Get emotionally excited. Xiao's old wound is starting to bleed. Just a moment in the southeast and northwest, I was stunned. How come the wound hasn't healed for so long? Abby remembered the boatman transporting the bodies of the soldiers. A terrifying idea appeared in his mind. Can Ziore be the ghost? His body is in the backyard of the house, and he didn't know it himself. This is simply too scary. To verify this hypothesis, they decided to see if Little Black had a ring on his hand. The gauze was unfastened. Xiaohei has an abscess on his hand. No ring. But then Little Black took out his necklace and said, he always wears a ring around his neck. Take a sip of cool air from east, west, north, south. 4 people picking out birth rice, scattered on Little Black. Legend has it that raw rice can ward off evil spirits. Xiaohei let out a loud shout. Wound. Sami really hurts. Escape immediately in the southeast, northwest, and northwest. They have decided to take the little black belt, and this time everyone plans to row away. Seeing the ship about to sink, several people threw heavy objects into the water. Still useless. The ship is still flooding. Just then, two fools have a brainstorm. Oh, my goodness, Jiang Bei men, still a man with glasses, come up with a good idea. Throw the oars into the water. Sure enough, get up. The effect ship will no longer continue to sink. It's not like getting off the boat and not moving forward. Just then, Ziona suddenly handed the oar to Abe. Obviously, it has already drifted away. How did Ziona do it? Abe made that decision. He finally saw Ziona's true face through his crotch. Apply oil to the soles of your feet in the southeast, northwest, and northwest. They brought Xiao Hei to the temple this time. Seek help from the master. This master is not reliable either. He planted a magic formation. As long as it doesn't leave the circle, is safe. But Ziore doesn't want to see his wife treated like this. She kicked the master out directly, after breaking the formation. Ziona bundles southeast, northwest, and northwest. He also showed his true form, standing in front of Xiao Hei. Actually, Xiao Hei already knew everything. But she doesn't care. As long as we can be together with Ziona, no matter what others say, it's okay. And the reason why Ziona still exists in the world, it's because of deep affection for her husband. In order to see him return safely, the first 5 minutes, a few abrupt jokes can't help roast. This is also a horror film. It's really a ghost. After that, there will be no Thai terror, a long and foolish combination of 4 people constantly playing tricks. Discovering that this is a completely humorous comedy, when we were still considering how to end the plot in the last 20 minutes, harvested a wave of my tears fiercely. But it has to be said that Thai filmmakers are at their peak on the road to funny ghost films.